throughout her career. She's a lot to marvel at, isn't she?
There she is, and it never ceases to amaze me how players
stuff
at such a young age have so much success, and then they taper off a little bit. Not fall away, but they taper off, and the game doesn't quite go the way it's always gone their entire life. They struggle, but then when they do come back, it's like they're even better than what they were before. And I think that's what you see in Lydia. You know, she came out and a wunderkind, was winning everything at a young age, amateur, then professional. And
yeah, she exploded onto the scene.
She exploded, and then there was just a little bit of a drop-off, you know, and a little bit of confidence got shaken, which, like, how did that happen? Like, she's the most confident person out there. She's
ran over it for no reason.
And then all of a sudden, she fails, and, you know, kind of changes things up a little bit, you know, knocks the dirt off and gets right back on that horse and starts winning again. I'm always fascinated by that, because when you lose your confidence as a golfer, it's so hard to get it back, because sometimes what happened to you is the death of you. You're just like, I can't shake, you know, whatever got into my brain or into my swing. I can't quite shake that, and I can't forget about it. And she's done so seamlessly. Hats off to her. I love watching her game. I love watching her play. But I'm more fascinated by the fact that she's come back stronger, I believe, than she was when she first came out.
I need to take the audio down quite a bit. Especially the commentators. They are loud as shit. Done. Okay. There we go. Straight down the pipe on the fairway.
Oh, that was pure.
Not even that great of a swing, but we're
around
here.
150 yards here.
It's a pretty decent swing. I thought I was swinging again. That happens too much. Myself pulled it a little bit, but it might be all right.
Needs this one to kick right.
It's not a bad. Oh, keep getting
That's
better.
An
there we go.
Absolute ripper. What a shot.
Not an easy
what an opportunity to make a birdie. John, have you got a read
hard
on this one? What's it going to do?
Well, this putt will start out pretty straight and then take a little left turn as it nears the
blew
hole.
it through it. God damn
a bit long on that one. This putt was about 8 feet. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. Now at 6 over for the event. And the 9th at Pinehurst, number 2, is quite a unique par 3 to finish the outward half.
Yes, you got deep bunkers both front and back, and the green tends to chase towards them. Anything out to the right-hand side into a little safe zone is what I would call it. That's the play.
Pulled the shit out of it.
Going with the 6-iron here.
I thought it was going to hang on, but nope.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Oh, I thought that was
look
in.
good for a long
Thought
time.
that was it.
If he makes this, he'll save his par. Down she goes. Let's head to the next. Solid play finds that player moving up the leaderboard after that hole. The back nine at Pinehurst, number 2, starts with a par 5, Rich.
Straightaway par 5, Luke. Most players not able to reach in 2. Second shot, you must lay up to a really good number where you can maximize spin with your wedges in order to control the spin for your third and hopefully get it close and make a birdie.
No fade on it. Probably won't help. It might get on the green.
Well, this person displays the power game in pure fashion there.
I don't know how
using
much
the
it
big
really
muscles
helps
to get
me
it home
be
in
on
2
the
there.
green.
Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
This is so long, I don't even have words for it. It's just long.
I kind of want to just shore it up.
Oh, that's well judged. He had the right speed there.
Yeah.
Easy 2 putt. Always nice to have a birdie putt.
Birdie, they can happen.
Now 6 strokes back after that hole. On the 12th tee, the par 4. Again, it's not length, it's accuracy.
Most definitely. Fairway does pinch in there just a little bit, so
Oh,
players are
no.
going to have to decide whether to take driver or just a fairway metal.
Not good.
Second shot, again,
No bueno.
to a green that is raised up above you, floats away on all sides of it, but this is a more realistic birdie opportunity.
Freaking lag city, Jesus. Thank you, lag.
This now, his 3rd shot. Dust the sand off those shoes, get into the other bunker and splash it onto the green. He's out. That's the positive. But there's some work to do with the putter. Standing over this one, and it's a very long putt. Penny, take us through the break on this putt.
I don't know that you can give this enough break off the left-hand side. Whew.
That's frustrating. Unfortunate thing to happen, but it can in golf. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, are thrilled to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Our final round coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is set to begin. I'm Luke Elvey, alongside Rich Beam in the booth, and we've got Henny Koyak and John McCarthy down on the course. And Beamer, certainly set up for a stunner today at Torrey Pine South. What do you think these players face this week from the course?
They face a rude awakening. They haven't played too many golf courses yet this year, but they're going to run into Torrey Pine South, and you're going to figure out exactly how good a shape your golf game is in, because it's ruthless. And if you're not careful, you can go out there and shoot a big number in a hurry. It tests every facet of your game. This golf course is an absolute brute.
He's currently tied fourth for the tournament. The second, a short par 4, one that the players like to take on these days, Rich. A good birdie look here.
They do. It used to be where you laid back on top of the hill and took a wedge, 9-iron sometimes for your second shot, but a lot of players now are challenging that bunker down the right-hand side, getting as far down there as possible, and just having a flick with a sand wedge in for their second.
This is from miles away. And he's down there. You got to read.
An uphill left to righter.
A par putt awaits. Didn't quite judge the speed on that one. Time for the 5th shot. Oh. A 7-footer right here. And that's a little disappointing, dropping some spots on the leaderboard. There are so many stunning holes on this entire property, but there's few more picturesque than this downhill par 3 third.
It might be stunning to look at, but it is painful. Can be extremely painful to play. Downhill all the way. When they tuck the pin over on the left-hand side, forget about it. Never hit it there. Only when the pin is on the center or the right part of the green should you be taking dead aim. Other than that, center of the green all day long.
Oh, that sounded absolutely flushed. Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Yeah, that was a safe play. Ooh, a 12-footer. Love to make a few of these today. Henny, take us through the break on this putt.
I've had a look from both sides. This is a right to lefter.
This looks good. How good was that putt?
That is a huge sigh of relief there, Luke. Finally gets one to go.
And with that now, back to level par. One of the hardest holes on the entire property is the par 4 fourth, Rich. It is a strong, demanding hole right from tee to green.
I love this hole. Just take it out of those bunkers on the right-hand side and hit yourself a nice little baby draw. And from there, you have probably one of the coolest green complexes, I think, on the golf course. Really difficult to make birdie, and actually you're pretty happy making par. But I'm telling you what, sit there and enjoy the beauty of this hole. It's a doozy.
this shot from the first cut of rough.
Might not have enough out of the rough on this one.
This would be a great up and down. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. And this one is for his par. He has a share of 13th place in this tournament. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pines South Course. Keeping ball in fairways critical, and that is illustrated also by the par 4 fifth.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
Second shot here on the 5th. Going with the 9-iron, I think. This one is headed to the right. That was a little bit of a misfire, I'd say.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here. Okay, John, what's he looking at with this putt?
He's got about 27 feet from here, fellas.
Ooh. 5 feet coming up to the cup. And he'll drop down to 1 over for the event. The 6th hole's a really cool par 5. Once you get back up onto the top of the hill here, you want to try and take on the corner of this par 5.
Yeah, taking it down the right-hand side, it will seriously reduce this par 5, but you got to avoid the rough. It can get really nasty. From there, you could possibly run it up between all those bunkers. There's one low spot area on the left-hand side of this green that will come into play should you get your distance control a little bit wrong.
Sadly, in the sand, but a chance to make up for the error.
Oh, this is good.
And just a little bit of clean-up work remaining on this hole. And that'll see him move up the leaderboard after that effort. Over to 7 here at Torrey Pines South Ridge. A great par 4 that requires good positioning off the tee as well.
This fairway slopes pretty good from left to right. Players want to start it out at the fairway bunker down the left-hand side and just hit a gentle fade off of that. Second shot here is to an elevated green. Don't go long whatsoever here. That's when the barranca and the canyons come into play.
Oh, that is bombed. His second shot here.
Wind moving the golf ball left to right.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. This one doesn't look like it's hit with full intent. A bit wild on approach there.
Can't fault him there. This rough is nasty. No fault in missing the green.
Okay, step one complete, out of the bunker. Now let's go make a putt. Big putt for par coming up. All right, John, you've been reading them well all day. Take us through this putt.
Pretty sure this is breaking pretty hard to the right.
Just a little bit of a misread right there. He's going to need to sink this next one, though, to limit the damage with the bogey.
And it's a one-stroke par for our leader over the field. The 8th at Torrey Pines South is an uphill par 3. It can be a hole in one hole, or it can be an absolute brute to even find the green, depending on where that hole location is.
This green is not deep. It's wide. It's got a lot of movement from east to west, just not a lot of room north to south. You find the right section of this green, you could find yourself a nice little deuce.
Going with the 7. It's a little wayward. Second shot here on the 8th. And that should secure the par on this one. Sitting at 1 over for the event. The 9th is a par 5.
Look, it's just a straight par 5, 615 yards. You got to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and hopefully hit a straight third shot. It can get challenging when they put the pin on the top left tier. That's when you can put a little too much spin on it and have it come chasing down to the front part of the green. That's no good.
Ouch. That's going to make the next shot a bit more challenging. Opting for the 9-iron. He may not have enough club to reach the green here. Let's see if we can get this one up and down for par. And he needs this to save par. Henny, what's he facing with this putt?
He's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some.
Yeah, nicely holed. That's a good fight back.
Bunkered off the tee, wasn't able to find the green, but saves the par with that putt.
And just with 9 holes remaining, Rich, what do you think here is going to happen for this player?
Well, after 9, so far so good. It's great to see these two players stepping up, getting the best out of their games. It'll be interesting to see exactly who's going to be ahead at the end of the tournament.
Wonderfully played. Now just 1 over par. Opting for the 6-iron. It looked a little wayward. Well, a little off the target with that one. Time to catch up with that fabulous Korean, Tom Kim. All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par. Ooh, that almost went down. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole.
A clutch par putt.
Trailing by 6 shots after that hole. The 11th at Torrey Pines South plays downhill, but it's still a long par 3.
Oh, this is just a mean little par 3, isn't it? Not a big target up there green-wise. You got deep bunkers right and left. You got a 2-tier green. It's a fun, good-looking par 3. That's really hard.
This would be a great up and down. How close was that to going down? And this putt coming up for his par. John, what's the line on this putt?
It's looking like left to right putt on this one.
It's just about 3 feet away.
Yeah, he's looking at a bogey putt here.
Sitting at 2 over for the event.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
Rich, in your opinion, is this the hardest par 4 on the entire West Coast?
If it's not, it's certainly top 2. The only other one that I could think that it would come close to is probably the 10th at Pebble, especially with the tee box all the way back there. You know, it's just, it doesn't have the scenery, but it has the demand that you can't geek a drive out there and expect anything good to happen, and you certainly can't afford really to have a bad iron shot either. It's just a strong par 4. Again, different look than what you have at 10 at Pebble, but it's the difficulty is just the same.
And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Ooh. Oh, I don't mind this par putt. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. All right, Rich. The par 5 13th. So much has been said about it. I'm interested in your thoughts.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none. Yep, that'll work. That's fine.
Always think about taking one more club when playing to an elevated green. This one is right down the pipe. Always nice when you can just go ahead and tap one in for birdie. Now 7 shots behind after that. Well, as we head into our finishing stretch, it starts with the par 4 14th.
Nice tee shot here. A little bit more room to the right than the players really feel like there is. However, that also brings a rough on the right-hand side into play, and you don't want to be there, especially with this green that's set right back against the canyon. It's a difficult second shot, almost an infinite edge pool look, if you will. You really have to bear down and make sure you have a good idea of your distance control on your second shot.
Lining up this putt, still some meat on the bone. This one's heading on a pretty nice line, I feel. This is tracking. Yes, sir. Trailing by 7 after that hole. 15 works slightly back inland here at Torrey Pines South, but you still need plenty of focus.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny, tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
From around 180 yards out. Oh, this would be handy if we could bounce right. Yes, anytime you can find the green and have a putt, you'll take it. This putt is about 17 feet long. And he's down there. You got a read?
This is just going right the whole way along.
Oh, just missing the birdie there. And with that putt, now even par, with the final few holes to go. Well, the finish at Torrey Pines South captivates everyone. It really starts here at the 16th, a par 3 playing across the ravine.
Yeah, long par 3, especially with multiple tee boxes that can be used. Green is a little bit of boomerang shape, especially back left. That's when things get really tight. But I must say, this is a wonderfully, again, designed par 3 that makes you think an awful lot.
Playing the draw shot here. Oh, I could watch that swing all day. That's beautiful. This is his second shot. Wow, that almost went in the hole. You know, Luke Donald once made all 400 plus attempts inside 3 feet on the PGA Tour. Now 7 shots behind after that. Your ball striking certainly gets tested off the tee here at 17 as we head for home at Torrey Pines South.
You want to avoid the bunkers on the right, but in doing so, you bring the ravine on the left into play, don't you? Second shot, though, plays slightly uphill. There's 2 distinct sections, the left and the right here. A little bit of a spine that bisects this green. This is a really good, strong par 4. Par is a great score.
Club face may have got caught up in the rough here. And this shot from the bunker.
I mean, it could have a chance.
And a bit of frustration starting to set in as the par just misses the hole. And that puddle drop. Well done. Currently at +1 for the tournament. Well, the finishing hole at Torrey Pines South is a famous one. There's been so many cool memories that have happened over the years here. Go for it in 2?
If you get the opportunity, why wouldn't you? I mean, this is probably the best risk-reward par 5, or one of the best on the PGA Tour. You find the fairway, just the water there on the left-hand side fronting this green. It's going to make you think all day long, do I have enough? Can I carry it? Should you find the green? Yes, you got a decent opportunity at eagle, birdie at worst, but you start missing it left and right. That's when things get a little bit dicey.
Sadly, this one will make a splash. Ugh, that's heading in the wrong direction. Oh, I thought that one was going in. And that is a bogey to finish his day. Well, Henny, our featured player did well out there this week. They didn't get the win, but they managed to beat their rival in Tom Kim, and he's a gritty competitor, so chalk that one up as a great outcome.
Such a great effort, Luke, because they publicly challenged Tom Kim and then proceeded to beat him. It was such an exciting match with some spectacular golf. This player, they've got a bright future ahead of them.
Well, that just about concludes our coverage. On behalf of Rich Beam, I'm Luke Helvey. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow.
God damn it. Why not? Just to piss me off. Now, let's change the settings and see how much better it is. Well, that's just a green. Work your way back to the hole. Alrighty. That's the ball flight I want. Too far. Boom. That was not a great putt. Temporary attributes, blah 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 blah. Alright. Play 4 holes again. Because these trainings all matter. Unfortunately. Look it, try it. Ooh, this is a tough ass putt. Tough putt. Please. Jesus. We're gonna restart. Much better start. Hole in one. Oh. Do, 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 do. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it's on that fairway. Using the same club. Oh no, it's gonna roll off the green. That's the old tree. Maybe. Ooh. By the skin of my teeth. Messed that putt up, but made it. Okay, all my attributes are up now. Let's play the wheels out to the worst. Why not? Did I not change my outfit? I guess this is round 4. Alright, let's go with the Adidas. Let's do the interactive sim too. Why not? Then you get to see me change outfits. I think that's how that works. I'm not sure. I've never done that, but let's do it.
Get set for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, presented by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. Welcome back to our coverage of the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. The final round starts now. Welcome, everyone. I'm Andrew Catalan, joined by Rich Beam and Luke Elvey. Henny Koyak is walking with the feature group today, and John McCarthy is on the course as well. What a picture-perfect day for this round of golf. We can't wait to bring it to you on 2K Sports.
Gave me not great.
Let's get you caught up on the action on number 15. Wow, cannot hit it much farther than that. The second at 15. Those are the shots you practice at the range over and over, and boy, does it pay off here.
John, give us a small update.
Hey guys, we are
Lydia
checking
Ko.
in with Lydia
It
Ko.
only
as she
ever
gets
shows me
set
Lydia
for
Ko.
her next shot here on the 14th.
Replays, no matter what.
This putt to move into the top 10. Henny, what more can you tell us?
This one, guys, he's got around 9 feet.
And that counts. That's the 5th birdie of the day. And now a push into the top 10 on the leaderboard.
Reached the 16th.
Interactive Sim just said,
but
nah,
really
nobody beating
requires
Tiger
accuracy
today.
on approach.
Just
It
not.
does lay up to the top of the hill, and you can look down on this green, which pitches severely from right
that
to
may
left.
not be good.
Just a wonderful short par 4.
Sometimes you hit some good ones, sometimes you hit some bad ones. Sitting at -3.
Hopefully it don't come out super great.
It's fair to say that that approach didn't hit the mark.
Lots of greens in regulation today for this player, but not so on this occasion.
Okay, it's a par
This
save.
remains for a share of 9th spot on the leaderboard. And that is a very familiar sight for Tiger Woods on top of this leaderboard.
Let's go over to 17, the par 3.
I keep pulling it, and that's not going to be
This is a
good.
9-iron on the way. Let's see what happens out of this greenside bunker. This putt for par. And the putt will go. How about the resilience on this hole?
Nice up and down there. Not a very difficult bunker shot, but nice to get it up and down nonetheless.
Let's take a quick moment to look at the updated leaderboard. As we take a look at the leaderboard, Tiger's lead is
I
3
lost my
shots.
challenge too. Dang it.
The 18th and final hole is a par 5.
So much history on this hole. Aim it at the trees right in the center and hope you don't get unlucky and get underneath one of them. From there, it's going to be a layup out to the right and just a short third shot. What a wonderful, wonderful finishing hole.
Why am I doing that?
Look out left.
Now from the greenside bunker. All right, this is tough, but makeable. Henny, how tricky is this one?
A tricky little slider here. Downhill, moving to the left.
That was close. This one is 5 feet away. His round is over, and he finishes at 3 under par. And
Did not
that
like the
will put a
interactive.
bow
That was
on the
terrible.
week. It's a top 10 finish for our featured player.
Top 10 on the
Unless I
PGA
change
Tour.
settings.
This player will
which I
take it.
think will work, but
Well, that will do it for today. For all of us here at 2K Sports, I'm Andrew Catalan. Thanks for watching.
top 10. Top 10 gets you less than 100 VC. I can see why people were bitching about that on Twitter. Oops, no. We'll do this, I'm gonna change mine. Wonder what those will be. Gosh, I don't really want to do any of these things. I kind of just want to play, but I know it'll help. Let's just play. Play event. Now I understand the dynamic thing. Play this event, and then I'm going to end it. Blues are killing the Ducks. Let's go. Alright, waste management.
Get set for the dramatic season-long race for the FedEx Cup, presented by 2K Sports and the PGA Tour. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the greatest show on grass. We're at TPC Scottsdale for the first round coverage of the WM Phoenix Open. Hello everyone, I'm Luke Elvey. It's great to have your company here on 2K Sports. Alongside me in the booth is my mate Rich Beam, and out on the course as always is Henny Koyak and John McCarthy. And Beamer, before we take in all the action out on the course, just a few thoughts on TPC Scottsdale that has quite a bit of action around it.
You know, look, it's so funny to talk about because, yes, we know what 16 is like. We know what 17 is like. We know all the interesting and fun things that go on around there. But don't kid yourself. This is still a pretty darn good test of golf. I mean, you get some really tough holes, you know, holes 5 through 8 on the front 9 that'll capture your attention. And then you got a couple of ones, 11 through 14 on the back 9 that can come up and bite you. But I tell you what, I know players love playing here. The golf course always in great shape. It's just, you know, you got to keep your mind on the golf and what's inside the ropes instead of outside the ropes, and that's sometimes impossible.
Not a bad play, that one. And a chance to get back to even with the card with this putt.
With this putt, he'll get one up on Will Zalatoris. What a match this has been.
And that will put them ahead of their rival. A great performance on this hole. The tee shot here at 6, Rich, just sort of sits against the player's eye, doesn't it?
There's 5 bunkers out there, Luke, that are perfectly placed, especially the 3 down the left-hand side. That's where the player's eyes are drawn to. Only the biggest hitters, though, can fly them all.
God.
That's not the shot he was hoping for. And John, what does his lie look like down there?
Sitting up pretty nicely in the sand. Shouldn't have too much trouble getting out.
Choosing the 9-iron here. This one looks like it's going left. This putt is about 16 feet.
Looking for another birdie here.
John, have you got a good read on this one?
Doesn't look like an easy putt. It's heading down the hill. Should move to the left.
Damn it.
This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. Well, what about that, Rich? A great display of resilience.
After driving it in the bunker off the tee, that's a formidable score right there.
The second par 3 on the front nine's longer 7th hole, Rich.
This is so difficult. I'm even laughing, remembering when I played it years ago. Finding this green is nearly impossible. It still gives me the heebie-jeebies. You got to hit a long iron, towering long iron, and see if you can't get to land soft enough to hold this green.
That was a bit of a miscue.
Oh, the wind wreaks havoc with another golf ball.
Well, I hope he makes this one. It's for par. What are we looking at for this putt, Henny?
Setting up this putt 10 feet from the cup.
Oh, that's a clutch par.
Moving on. Only hitting pars. I don't remember when it takes me out.
And that'll see him remain in the same spot on the leaderboard. Let's head to the 8th hole and the tee shot on this par 4, Rich.
And again, you got a couple of bunkers down the left-hand side that your eyes are drawn to, even though your eyes need to be drawn out to the right at that tree. Tons of space out to the right. Those bunkers, those are no good.
Henny, what's the player facing here?
Yeah, he's about 155 from this hole location.
Going with the 9-iron, I think.
Don't you go any further.
Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. This is a big bending putt. That's disappointing.
Not a
Gave it
bad
all I
effort
could.
right there from long range. Big breaking putt. He just didn't quite read it right, but it'll be an easy par.
Here we are on the tee at the par 4 9th, and is driver necessary?
Driver is not necessary unless you can hit that power fade and get it past that bunker. But if you can't, just take out a 3-wood, find the widest part of the fairway.
Well played. Standing over his second shot.
Puff of
Blues are
breeze
destroying
moving
it.
this golf ball left to right.
Started that
Opting
off
for the
not great.
9-iron.
I need to get closer.
Setting up here with a very long putt. John, have you got a read on this one?
It looks like this one will turn a bit to the left.
A little bit too much on that putt. He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. Ooh. Oh, 5-footer. It's amazing how tour pros hold these. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. All right, we start the inward half here at TPC Scottsdale. It's a shortish 4, but it does require a nice, precise tee shot.
The longer hitters, they're probably going to pull driver out. The shorter hitters, like you and I, we're going to take a 3-wood and lay it out to the left. Be safe about this, Luke.
Wood was the better play anyway.
Playing this one about 130 yards out.
Puff of wind blowing right to left.
Just can't get anything close.
Why don't we catch up with Will Zalatoris?
Yeah, he's looking good now. Up ahead in this matchup.
Putting for birdie.
Give me this one. Ample room out to the right.
So close. Par putt coming up
Bullshit.
here. And as we move to the next hole, our leader is ahead by a couple of shots.
Alright, maybe the sim will give me some. Okay. -1.
Well, that
One
was certainly a tale of two nines, Rich, and well done for this player to fight through a sloppy start.
Well, that's what they had to do after that opening 9. It wasn't going to be pretty if they had the back 9 to match the front 9. Thankfully, they turned it around, got it back on the back 9. Hopefully, a better day ahead.
Well, that was a thrilling day, and on behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks.
Okay. I think I'm going to call it there. that I can jump out of the round. So I will call it there. And I'll see you guys. We're gonna see you guys on YouTube in a couple days. Look for us to be live on Thursday. Alright. See you guys later.